Hello everyone! Have you ever watched a professional garden video on YouTube where they have all this technology to make their seedlings grow into these beautiful plants, and it made you feel a little discouraged on your beginner gardening journey, just seeing all the things that it seemed like you needed to have a successful garden? Well, luckily you are not alone, because I have felt that way too, and I'm sure many other people who are starting their gardening journey have felt very intimidated by some of the things that they think they're supposed to have in order to have a successful garden. Now, one of the things I have heard a lot of professional gardeners say, not everyone, but one of the things I hear a lot is that you have to have grow lights to start seedlings indoors, that you cannot start seedlings successfully using just the light from a windowsill. And I am here to tell you that that is not true most of the time. And if you use the tip that I am going to give you today, you should be able to start the majority of your seedlings successfully without any expensive grow lights that also use energy, increasing your electric bill, probably not that much. But if you like to be budget friendly and eco-friendly, I have a tip for you. So I have ran into the problem because I have no grow lights. I just have some windowsills, and I don't even have any south-facing windowsills. My home has no windows on the south side. So that's an even bigger problem because that's where the best sunlight comes from. But I have been able to successfully start many seedlings. Now, I have also unsuccessfully started many seedlings using the windowsill because they got too leggy. But I have found this year that I am able to prevent them from getting too leggy by just paying attention to the weather. Now, this tip is not difficult, but it does take a little bit of work. You have to pay attention. All I do, I live in the Midwest in Zone 6A, and this time of year, the weather at night is still too cold for delicate seedlings to thrive. However, during the day, the temperature can fluctuate widely depending on the day. For example, today is beautiful. It's the end of February. It is 70-something degrees outside. However, tomorrow it's going to be 30 degrees outside. So there is some variation. But I have found, especially with cooler season plants such as brassicas like broccoli, cabbage, bok choy, along with spinach, so lots of leafy greens, that the weather is usually nice enough during the day for me to put my seedlings outside so that they can get full sun. Now, cooler weather plants like brassicas and spinach, they do not mind if I put them outside on a 40, 50 degree day where it is a sunny day. They love it. It prevents them from getting leggy. I can put them out most days of the week. Obviously, it's not going to be that nice in the wintertime every day, but if I take them out several days a week and they get that full day of sun, it makes an immense difference, especially when they are first coming out of the soil. That full day of sun, even just for a few days a week, makes an immense difference. Now, this is just not limited to cool season plants. Even the heat-loving plants such as tomatoes, peppers, that you really want to start early if you live in a colder climate and you want to start them indoors so you can have a harvest before it gets too cold at the end of the year. Luckily, tomatoes, I have found, are less likely to get leggy. They don't seem to mind growing in a windowsill as much. They probably don't grow as fast, but a gardener once told me that tomatoes are like weeds. They just want to grow. They will find a way to grow. It is very hard to kill them. So this time of year, I may only be able to put the tomatoes outside in full sun once or twice a week when I have some nice weather like this. I don't want to put them outside in 40, 50 degree weather. That's just going to put stress on the young plants. But days like this, I can stick them outside, they get some full sun, they get a little extra growth boost, and it is super helpful to them. So now I have a nice line of seedlings. I have broccoli, cabbage, bok choy, spinach that is not leggy this year, and I am super excited to see them grow into beautiful plants thanks to just a little bit of work. Though I will say you have to pay attention to this. You have to pay attention to the weather. You don't want your seedlings, your delicate seedlings, to be caught in a rainstorm or something like that. You also don't want to forget to bring them in at the end of the day when it is getting cold again. So if you need to set an alarm to make sure you bring them in, you should probably do that. And you really need to keep an eye on the weather. If it is going to be a torrential downpour that day, you should probably not stick your seedlings outside. Now, luckily for me, I have a nice deck at my home that I can put my seedlings on, but if you do not have a deck, you can stick them on the grass, assuming no critter is going to come along and destroy your plants. You can stick them on a cement slab. If you have an apartment with a balcony, you can stick them on a balcony. There are a number of ways you can make this work. Now, I'm not saying this will work for everyone. It all depends on your living situation, but I think for a lot of people, this will be very helpful. That way, if they're just trying out gardening, they can start a few plants indoors and they don't have to find the need to buy expensive grow lights and have an isolated area for their plants. They can just stick them in the windowsill and take them out on nice days like today. Now, if you have any other tips for gardeners who are limited to a windowsill, be sure to leave that down in the comments. And that is all I have for you today. I hope you find this helpful. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. Goodbye.